Right. So we are here at the last topic. Well, I mean, last topic ish, but kind of the second upload for the day. We'll see how it goes. How long it takes me. Like I said in the previous recording, I thought this was going to take some time. So I figured to split these episodes out in two, or at least that's what I believe it's going to be. But I also said I was going to talk about this. P. Diddy and my overall thoughts about his apology. And I wanted to read you all a timeline of his destruction. As you can see, I have my own title here. Um, and this is the NPR article that I will be sharing a screen with y'all. Thought, to use some technical skills and show y'all instead of reading it off my phone or whatever the case is. We're gonna read these, like, as you can see me scrolling, and it's not funny, but his timeline of terrorism stems all the way up to 2023. So last year, or just a few months. As you can see, the start date goes from 1990, starts from 19. So like from 1990, 91 ish, he's been he's been terrorizing folks for all of my life. Literally, that's the year I was born, 91. He's been terrorizing folks all of my life. So his whole idea of when he apologized to Cassie and said I was in a dark time during that time of my life. Dark times in 2016. You've been in the dark time since 1990 through 91. As you can see, 91. I don't see 92 over here. The 92 might be the only year you wasn't in a fucking dark time. All right. But 93, 95, 96, 96 again. 97 may have been another year he wasn't in a dark time. I don't know. 98. And then we go from, 99, 2000, the turn of the millennia. Crazy. As you can see, and like I said, I'm going to read pretty much everything that he has. But is it do I have to say it? I'm gonna say it anyway. Fuck his apology. I mean, I already said it. I actually wrote a poem about it. I'll leave that in the description box below. You can find that on Medium as well. Also, Medium links or my Medium posts are free, but I do heavily encourage you to donate, just like I heavily encourage you to donate on here as well via the same avenues: PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all that good stuff. Description box below. But without further ado, let's start the timeline. All right, because like I said, Diddy claimed that, and I should have had the apology up. I could literally open up a tab on Google and show the apology for those who, let's do that. And as you can see, ain't no porn sites on my search because I ain't no creep. All right. And no, I didn't delete it. I just ain't no creep like y'all. All right. You know, and let's go. Diddy apology. Yeah. Why is it hard for me to type a Diddy's apology? Y'all saw my search. It wasn't creepy as well either. Um, there it goes. This video here. Let's see if we could play it without someone's commentary on it. Let's see if this is it. It's on Instagram. It's not with a volume.
The darkest times in your life,
Told y'all.
sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up.
It's its official page too.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. Going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
And I pause this. I hate when people bring up God and they don't really mean it. I'm not even the most like super religious person. You know what I'm saying? I've gone on here and I've talked about my relationship with just organized Christianity, my thoughts and all that stuff. But I really can't stand when people who don't really mean it and people as evil as Diddy bring up God and then they say, "Oh, I'm saved because this, that, and the third." Also, Russell Brand is on some stuff like that, and I have to talk about it because I was defending him a couple months back, but I have updated thoughts on the whole thing. That's in a future episode, but nonetheless, P Diddy. Um, let's continue, man. He don't believe that. And this person said free Diddy. Yeah, it's always the weirdos who don't have a face. This is what happens, by the way, when I screen share. I get distracted. So for y'all that's gonna get upset with me, y'all want updated qualities, you're gonna get some. Don't get me talking about you. I ain't gonna blur out names either, because my philosophy is this: if you have the balls or the balletas, if you're female, but if you have the balls or whatever to say something online, then you should have the balls or the balletas to have your name be shown. You said it. If you didn't want nobody to know that you said it, you shouldn't have said it. It's what it is.
I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
Ain't nobody.
I'm truly sorry.
No, you're not. Let's get out of here. All right. So that was the apology. Like I said, for those who didn't see it, that was his apology. As I've stated before, he mentioned that he was in a dark time. He's talking about 2016. That's on this list, by the way. But as you can see here, the first number you see is not 2016, or the first year you see is not 2016. It's 1990. Combs started his music industry career as an intern for Uptown Records, and 91, according to November 2023 lawsuit. This is the one Cassie, this is when, around the time Cassie came out and said he did what he did to me, right? Combs and the R&B singer Aaron Hall allegedly sexually assaulted an unnamed victim and a friend after a music industry event, and then beat her severely later when confronted. So there goes that. Another time in 1991, he was wilding out the day I was born, or the year I was born. Let's just say this is November, and I was born in August, so a couple months after I was born. According to November, well, I don't know when in 90. This is actually November 2023, not November of 91, but it could have happened November 91. According to a November 2023 lawsuit, once again, Combs allegedly sexually, allegedly, it should be allegedly drugged, not drugs, but allegedly drugged, sexually assaulted, and videotaped, because this is all in the past, so past tense, a 19-year-old Joy Dickerson after going on a date with him. Okay, so Joy Dickerson is a male, and he was 19 at the time, and he alleges that after a date with Sean P. Diddy Combs, he was drugged, sexually assaulted, drugged and pretty much raped. We don't say rape, he was drugged and pretty much raped by Sean the Diddler Combs. I'm gonna move my camera so I could actually don't look crazy when I'm looking top right. That's just for me, my purposes only. In 1993, after being fired from his duties at Uptown Records, Combs starts his own label, Bad Boy Records. The label grows in popularity and notoriety over the course of the decade, breaking the careers of Craig Mack, rest in peace, Notorious B.I.G., rest in peace, Mace, The Lox, Faith Evans, and more. 95, 96, according to May 2024, so literally last month, lawsuit, Combs allegedly sexually assaulted April Lampros on several occasions. In one incident, she alleges he forced her to perform oral sex in a car, which she says was witnessed by a parking attendant. In another, she claimed or claims that he forced ecstasy down her throat, made her have sex with his then girlfriend, Kim Porter, then raped her. Kim Porter, rest in peace, is one of Diddy's wives, or I believe his only ex-wife. They used to be married. They were dating at this time, but Kim Porter and Diddy were married at one point. Nonetheless, um, Kim, even when she was alive, kind of alluded to being in a horrific situation when she was with Diddy. And I believe she committed suicide a couple years ago. And a lot of people assume that, the trauma that she was going through or she went through when she was married to Diddy played a part or in her decision to end her life. In 96, again, Combs is found guilty of criminal mischief, of threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun. In 98, Combs starts throwing at his annual Hampton all-white parties to come to be known as so lavish and exclusive. He earns the rep of being a modern-day Gatsby. Guests range from music industry execs and artists to actors, real estate moguls, and sports teams owners. That's why a lot of these folks in these fields are quiet about what Diddy is doing right now because they're likely involved. And if Diddy says, if Diddy, if, I know Diddy in his mind, he's like, if I'm going down, y'all going down too. April 16th. This is the only one with like an exact date. That's great. Well, not the only one. They get exact dates for the Nets 3. But April 16th, 1999, Combs is arrested and charged with 2 felonies, second-degree assault and criminal mischief, in the beating of a record exec, Steve Stout, who says Combs and 2 bodyguards beat him with their fist, a telephone, a champagne bottle, and a chair when Combs publicly apologizes. It should be apologized, past tense. That's just me being an English stickler. When Combs publicly apologized, Stout asked for the charges to be dismissed. They got that right. Combs reportedly paid Stout $500,000. The assault charge is dropped or was dropped, in past tense. Combs pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of harassment, and he is sentenced to 1 day of anger management. I guess that's the help that he was seeking, right? Just 1 day of anger management in 1999. But that didn't stop you from acting out your anger in 2016 against a woman. We'll continue. December 27th, 2 days after Christmas in 1999. Somebody wasn't in the Christmas spirit, I guess. Combs, or at least he was in a spirit to beat niggas, but Combs, alongside then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez. I remember this incident. This was the incident that got J-Lo to stop fucking with niggas, but she's still Jenny from the block. Anyways, I don't mean to joke on her like that, but I did it. Combs, along with then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and rapper Sean, are arrested in a relationship in relation to a shooting at a club in New York. Combs is charged for weapons violence, but is ultimately acquitted. I want to make it clear, J-Lo did not shoot anybody. But when the weapon was found in the car that her, Shine, and Diddy was in, everybody got arrested because you're in that sense, like It's like one of those accessory to murder type things. It's like one of those things that's adjacent to that, where if you are, with somebody who committed a crime and you knowingly did it, or I mean, you knowingly know they were with you, they did a crime, or you just simply just happen to be with them, they just take everybody in. You know what I'm saying? Unless they have like a real reason to not take you in, but take the person that committed the crime in, because they're like, okay, we know for sure this other person had no idea this person committed a crime, or this person had no idea, you know, didn't do it. They just take everybody in. So yeah, get on Miss Jenny from the block, but she didn't do anything in this situation. And I don't know. I can't speak on Sean. He's free now, so I guess he did or didn't do it. I can't speak on Sean, but from what I remember, J Lo did not, pop pop. All right, Nets, March 2000. The first season of Making of the Band airs on ABC. It's crazy. I used to love that show. And then later on MTV, but I caught it on MTV, not ABC. I told y'all a long time ago. It wasn't a year until the year 2000 where I got cable for the first time. My family got cable, so I was watching all the cable channels. I didn't even care about it. I knew about ABC, obviously. We're not here to talk about me. Anyways, the first season of Making the Band, ABC, later MTV, the reality TV competition centers Combs as he searches for these descriptors are kind of like just background stories. I'm going to stop reading them. 2001, according to a May 2024 lawsuit, Combs allegedly attacked April Lampros again in her apartment. So remember April from one of the earlier charges? Is this April? No, this is when he beat up Steve Stout. How am I? Either or. There was an earlier altercation with April, obviously, right? Um, this is where he first meets Cassie, 2006. If you know, you know. And a lot of this stuff I already knew. To be honest with you, that's why I'm giving y'all backstory on a lot of what went down, like with the whole J Lo being arrested as well. I wanted to give backstory for those who needed the clarification or whatever. Um, Not a fan of hers, but I don't think she should be lumped into shit Diddy did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fan of Shine, but you associated with that nigga at one point and you don't want to now. He spoke up against it and it's like, I'm glad I'm not, around that dude. And Shine's doing well for himself right now. And heck, even J-Lo. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to give some clarification. And then again, about the other situations. But I done lost my place trying to find the situation with Lampros. But he beat her again. And this is once again, this isn't his first time. Well, beating up on Cassie wasn't his first time beating up on a woman. So yeah. Where we at? March 26th, 2001. Me read this silently before so I know it's not a descriptor. All right, it's not. In a lawsuit, local TV host Roger Mills sues Combs, accusing him of assault, false imprisonment, destruction or property, destruction of property, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a civil conspiracy. There's a lot of charges on this dude. Damn. In an exchange where Combs encouraged or entourage, I can't seem to read, roughed him up and destroyed his camera. As we have yet to be served with the complaint, we are unable to comment on specific allegations, a Combs spokesperson said in a statement. However, any claim that Mr. Combs participated in any wrongdoing is totally false. he pays people to jump people all the time. Just because he didn't physically do the jumping that time doesn't mean he wasn't involved. But you know how lawyers be. Anyways, totally false. Furthermore, facilitating the press with this baseless complaint is blatant attempt to exploit Mr. Combs' celebrity of media for media attention. A jury finds in favor of Combs in 2004. Man's never been to prison, by the way. Y'all probably listening to all this. This may be new to you. Again, I'm familiar with a lot of this stuff, but this may be new to some folk. And even if you are familiar with it, you probably are like, man, when are you gonna read when he got locked up in prison and he got beat up in prison? That's not gonna happen. I'm never gonna read that, at least here, because that never happened. He never went to prison for this stuff. He's been to jail, and sometimes he's been to jail for like a day, and then he does community service for a day, or he does therapy or anger management for a day. So he's never been to prison now, but he's been to jail plenty of times. 2003, according to December 2023 lawsuit, his former Bad Boy Records president, Harv Pierre, a third, or is that another way you spell Harvey? I don't know. Harvey Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang raped an unnamed 17-year-old victim at a Manhattan record studio. 2003 again, according to a May 2024 lawsuit, Combs allegedly drugged, sexually assaulted the then 22-year-old model Crystal McKinney in his New York City studio, forcing her to perform oral sex. We've seen a pattern here. Forcing people to perform oral sex, drugging people, and raping them, and getting people to beat up other folks, getting other people to have sex with other folks. July 6, 2004. Combs arrives at his annual Hamptons all-white party in possession of the Declaration of Independence, making a new level of fortune and braggadocio for the mogul. Why did I read that? I really gotta. Who gave this man the Declaration of Independence, by the way? This man got the whole Constitution in his house. I'm gonna continue. 2005, Combs and singer Cassie Ventura meet. Another descriptor. Okay, I will read this one because it is important. They meet for the first time, and Combs expresses interest. He wanted to sign her. She was 19 at the time. He was 37. He wanted to do more than sign her, if you know what I mean. February 2006, Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy. I'm not going to read that descriptor. You can read it. Well, it is kind of important, so I'll read it. The song Me and You drops, released her self-titled album, dropped the same year. If you know, you know. I already knew about that. According to a November 2023 lawsuit, this is where I was talking about before, Combs' vicious cycle of abuse begins here. Abuse toward Cassie, but not his vicious cycle of abuse in general. So let's make that clear. I understand this is probably Cassie's words, and she probably had no idea about what went on. Again, she was 19 in 2005. Pretty young. So with that being said, she may have not been, well, I was not 19 in 2005. Was I? No, I wasn't. I wasn't 19 in 2005, and yet I knew about the prior stuff. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff. So not, and this is no way, shape, or form me victim blaming. Let's get that out the way, because I already know there's somebody that's gonna say, "Oh, you're saying Cassie knew about him and he cheated." No, because I ain't like that dude that was online who said she should have took the stairs. You know what I'm saying? That's victim blaming. I'm not like the other dudes that was even going to question. And this is why I said this is going to be a very long topic because I'm going to read this, but then also cover a bunch of other things as well. I already covered my thoughts about the apology. I give it two middle fingers up and two thumbs down. So that's my review of his apology for those who didn't catch it for the first time. But there's more than just me reading off this entire list, but I will read off the entire list. But again, this is when he started beating on Cassie in 2006, his vicious cycle of abuse toward her. Let's make it real, toward her, not in general, toward her. Let's make it clear. Ventura alleges years of physical and psychological and emotional abuse. She claims Combs forced her to purchase and take illegal drugs like cocaine, ketamine, and ecstasy. To that, he filmed her as he forced her to participate in sex with male sex workers in multiple cities for his own voyeuristic pleasure. I don't even know how to pronounce that word, but I'm gonna look it up. In a practice he called freak offs, and that he beat her on many occasions in retaliation for talking to other men, often with witnesses present. October 24th, 2007, close to Scary Day. Combs becomes, I am not reading no fucking, again, background story shit. March 6, 2007. In a lawsuit, Gerard Richnizer alleges that Combs punched him, pushed his girlfriend, and tried to spit on another woman outside Teddy's nightclub at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Oh, Roosevelt. I'm pronouncing it Roosevelt. Combs' attorney, Benjamin Braffman, says it's just another example of an opportunist seeking to fabricate a lawsuit based on a flat out lie to try to take advantage of Mr. Combs. Here we go again with these blanket statements of y'all honor these niggas' lines, but they probably not. Celebrity status. They've been saying this comment since the early, I mean, this is early 2000s, but his lawyer's been saying this comment since literally like earlier than 2007. 2000. I've read that comment. What was that? One of these years or something. So seven years prior to the lawyer making that comment, they make it again. Now people repeat things because they're like, okay, it's true. I want to repeat it because it's true. Or they repeat things because it's a fucking script to them. And that's what they gotta say because it's their job to say it. So yeah. May 11th, 2007, in complaints to the police, Combs making the band co-star Lorianne Gibson alleges that he threatened her with a chair while New Edition's Michael Bivins held her in place. Damn, Mike. Combs' attorney, Braffman, claims Gibson overreacted to two theatrics performed for the cameras. I'm gonna stop right there. This man argued that because they were filming a reality show, that Lorianne just overreacted to them, playing around. Can you really argue that in court? People gonna say you probably can. Braffman is the lawyer. It doesn't mean he's a good lawyer. Like, can you really argue? Hey, judge, I was just playing. we had the cameras rolling. I was just trying to make for good, watch viewer content. I was just playing judge. How can you really argue that? That's crazy. And then he goes on again with the same old stuff. You know what I'm saying? These are just false accusations on his celebrity status. That's Brassman's two favorite words, celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? Well, this entire statement is his favorite thing to say, apparently. All right. In 2010, in the November 2023 suit, Ventura claims all aspects of her life were controlled by either Combs or his management companies. We got to find out where these companies are and shut them down. She claims he paid for her apartment and all living expenses, that he had access to her medical records. For instance, when Miss Ventura began experiencing memory loss, potentially due to excessive drug use, and or head injuries, as we saw in the video, he stomped on her head twice, by the way. But that was in 2016. Nonetheless, if she's been taking multiple blows to the head since she met Diddy, that builds up over time. I'm no doctor, but you don't got to be a doctor to know that can build up over time. All right. Head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings, as described below. Her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs also repeatedly arranged for his staff to drive Miss Ventura to certain doctors' appointments. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted over ownership over Miss Ventura. And this goes to a lesson to all you women out there, and some of you men who believe in that, but all you women out there who believe that a dude is just, you gonna get with a rich dude and he pays for your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is his lifestyle, meaning that whatever he wants you to, however he wants you to live, you gonna have to live that. Now, this is not me trying to discourage women from getting with ballers or men with money and wanting a man who is financially well off. But I'm saying that you are missing part of the other side of that, meaning you might run into a guy like Diddy where it's like, sure, I'll pay your bills, I'll pay your medical bills, I'll put you in a house that you ain't gotta pay rent for. It's stocked with food and all the drugs and alcohol that I'm paying for, and all this other stuff, all the clothes that you wear. I'm picking out what you want, what you wear, so I'm paying for it. Everything is paid for, but you have to live the way that I say. You go to the doctors that I say you go to. You don't go anywhere unless I say so. And you go with the people that I'm going to allow you to go with, which is the people on my payroll. Uh, all of that. So again, just I had to put that I had to say that because there's going to be a lot of women out there, and there is a lot of women out there who see this and they still not going to listen to me. They still going to call me bro. They're going to be, look at you. You ain't rich. I ain't rich and I ain't controlling either. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save you. Now, if I was rich like Diddy, would I be this controller? No, because I'm not a damn monster. You know what I'm saying? But we'll continue. February 2012. In the lawsuit, I'm gonna just keep saying it, in the lawsuit, the 2023 lawsuit, Ventura alleges that Combs said he was going to blow up the car of rapper Kid Cudi, whom Ventura was dating at the time, and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Y'all remember? You might not remember, but y'all remember when Diddy dressed up as the Joker for Halloween? This was a few years ago. This was probably like 2022, right? It was a whole viral clip. He acted really well. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I can't stand the dude, but he pulled off the Joker. And we know why he pulled it off so well. It's because he really is the Joker doing stuff like this, and he's a psychopath. All right. October 21st, 2013. Combs launches his cable. More background story I don't give a damn about. I already knew about this. All right. Combs announced a new joint. Background. Combs celebrate more background. So NPR decides from 2013 to 2015, let's just list off his accomplishments. I guess these weren't the dark times of his life. But then 2016, we know what happened. We saw what happened on the tape. That was 2016. So he had a total of 3 possibly non-dark times of his life. Even when he was in his, when he was doing dirt, he was still accomplishing things, within his industry. So I'm making a joke, by the way, when I say these aren't the dark times of his life. They're clearly, when you're someone who is of that nature and you don't atone for any of the things that you've been doing since the 90s, like it's all of my life. um I don't care if you apologize for one thing. He apologized for one thing, and let's make it clear, he's not sorry what he did to her. He's sorry he got caught, because I'm gonna show y'all another screenshot. Well, we're gonna go on Twitter. Let's follow your boy on Twitter. As you can see, I've been searching up Diddy. I've been stalking him. All right, no, I haven't. Pause. Oh, he took down the pin tweet. Yeah, little bitch ass nigga. Is this? Oh, M Diddy, right? Is this not? Yeah, this some African dude. My bad. P Diddy, where you at, dog? This some African dude named Diddy, not Sean Diddy Combs. Where is? Okay, this is him. There goes. See, he got community noted. All right. So for the last couple of weeks, by the way, December 6th, 2023, he made this statement. Okay. Shout out to my Connecticut son. They playing right now, but I'm recording right now. But December 6th, he made this statement. If he is going to make an apology talking about I'm sorry for what I did, he should have made that apology. This note should have been in the apology. Not that I would have believed it, but it shouldn't say stuff like people are trying to assassinate my character and destroy my reputation. He's not sorry, people. Let's go back to the article. All right. If I remember right there. All right. He is not sorry at all. He is not sorry. He's sorry he got caught. And his dumbass still got that statement up there. That's wild. He rushed to put the statement up there when the allegations first came out in November, but then didn't rush to take it down. I got him mixed up with some African Diddy and thought he took it down and started talking about the 2023 election. I Where was I? September 2018. After multiple attempts to sever ties with Combs, Ventura says she met with him to have dinner and believe it was to talk of concluding her bad boy contract and have a discussion about concluding their relationship for good. But after the dinner, Ventura alleged he forced himself into her apartment and forcibly raped her. That's just nasty. There is that video, another video of his. I'm not gonna look for it online. Relax. But that video where he's like out of breath and he's panting and sweating, and then she's like curled up, hiding under a bed sheet. I wonder if that was the time. I don't know, but that was disturbing to see, and this was disturbing to read. From her November 23 lawsuit. Soon thereafter, Ms. Ventura took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. Like I was saying before, ladies, not saying every dude that's willing to pay for your lifestyle or pay for everything is going to be super controlling like Diddy. But you can't assume that he's not. You can't assume he's gonna, like I said, you're paying for your lifestyle means paying for his lifestyle. It does not mean, oh, I'm going to be rich like him. No, it means that you're going to be doing whatever he wants you to do, driving whatever car, living in whatever house, wearing whatever he wants you to wear, being around whoever he wants you to be around, going to see the doctors, when and who to see, how you get there, how you get back, what you eat, what you consume in your body, whether it be drugs or whatever, alcohol, what you do to him or other people sexually, what he does to you sexually. There is no choice, by the way, in that. It's what he does to you sexually, not what you allow and what you ask him to do. It's what he does to you. All right, you can call me hating ass nigga, I'm broke and all this other stuff, yada yada yada. Perspective, I guess. I see it as me trying to warn you. You see it as me hating, or if you do see it as me hating, that's how you see it. It is what it is. God forbid you learn the hard way. Anyways, we in June 26th of 2022, and Combs received a lifetime. I don't give a damn. Fuck that. October 28th. This better not be another NPR. I like y'all, but I don't care about his. You're going to celebrate the man in the same article that you're detailing his history. It's weird to me. It's like you had a Diddy fan and a journalist, a journalist who, may or may not be a fan, unbiased journalist, and a Diddy fan wrote this together. And it was the fan is like, I'm just gonna list all of his achievements. And then the journalist was like, no, journalistic integrity says we gotta go based off the facts. Let's do this. I didn't go over who wrote this, by the way. I do have to give him a shout out because whether I do think, the celebrations are warranted or not, uh, I do appreciate the extensive work that they did to put into writing this article for us. Like I said, it stems from the year I was born to last year, literally, or even this year, 2024, because as you can see, a 2024 date. So shout out to whoever wrote this. I'll give you your shout out. In fact, let's do that real quick. Scroll up. I knew it was two people. I had a feeling it was two people who wrote this. This felt like it was two people. It's a writer thing. You just know. You just know these things. But shout out to Sydney Madden and Sheldon Pierce. Now let's go back. All right. Where was we? We was in 2022, right? Yep. I don't give a damn. We was past that. Past that in February 2024, lawsuit producer Ronnie Lil Rod Jones, a former producer of Combs, who worked with him in his late releases. Trash. Sorry, the music's trash. The Love album, Off the Grid, alleges that the music mogul groped him reportedly, and during the duration of making the album, Combs forced Jones to solicit sex workers, take illegal drugs, and more. I'm not making light of Lil Rod's allegations toward him. I was just judging the music. But these are serious allegations nonetheless. And again, yuck. The suit names others close to Combs, including Combs' son. Of course, that's why he came out and was defending his daddy, just like him. Justin Dior Combs and high-ranking members of Motown Records and Universal Record groups as co defendants. Told y'all everybody was in on this. Well, when I say everybody, I mean like other folks was in on his escapades. September 15. I don't give a damn he received it. Eric Adams. I am going to read this because Eric Adams, what you got to say? You know I don't fuck with Eric Adams. This is an anti-Eric Adams Stan account. And this is the anti-Eric Adams podcast. But I'm definitely gonna read this backstory because I want people to know Eric Adams is associated with Diddy. Combs receives a key to the city from New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Remember that name. Let me highlight it for y'all. Remember that name. I'm gonna sip the rest of this water, and I want y'all to ponder on that name real quick. Eric Adams. A lot of y'all might even know who he is personally, because he might be your neighbor. Eric Adams. Got him. Anyways, November 16, 2023, Ventura accuses Diddy of years, not year, but years of sexual misconduct, harassment, sex, trafficking, and rape. I'm glad they didn't say grape. Ventura's allegations lasted for the entirety of their work and personal relationship. Ventura files the civil suit in New York Superior Court under the state's Adult Survivors Act, a New York law permitting victims of sexual abuse a 1 year window to file civil action regardless of the statute of limitations of the crimes themselves. Tiffany Red, a songwriter and one of Cassie's collaborators, later publicly corroborated her claims. Combs via his attorney, Benjamin Braffman. This guy. Before I even read, let me guess. Let me guess what he said. Diddy didn't do it. They're exploiting him for his celebrity status. Mr. Combs vehemently denies offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million dollars under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Cole's reputation and seek a payday. I'm laughing because he had me at first, like, okay, he finally flipped the script, but then he just remixed what he'd been saying. One day after the public filing of her suit, Ventura and Combs settled outside of court for an undisclosed amount. In a statement, Ventura says, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. While Combs' statement read, I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. I hate when people use love when they know they some dirty people too. It's God, it's love, it's some other things, but those two are like words or entities or whatever are just when you are a terrible person and you use God and love to try to hide behind, that really irks me. It really does. And again, I'm not Mr. Christian, but I really hate that. Um November 23rd, 2023, one day before the window for filing suits under the Adult Survivors Act, I'm going to just call it the ASA, is set to close. Two separate lawsuits alleging misconduct of the early 1990s. In the early 1990s, what I began reading, are filed against Combs in New York City Superior Court. One by Joy Dickerson, again, the man he went on a date with and he drugged and raped, and the other by an unnamed plaintiff. Probably Lampros, I believe it was her name, or one of the other individuals that we read about that was assaulted by him in the early 90s. November 28, 2023, Combs temporarily steps. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. The unnamed fourth person comes forward. December 6th, by the way. The unnamed person comes forward accusing Combs and others of gang rape. December 6th again. After only speaking through his attorney up until this point, Combs denies the accusations via his Instagram, writing "Enough is enough," and his Twitter right here too. I still got it up. Enough is enough, right? Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Was that a gunshot? Diddy trying to shoot me now? Anyways, as you can see, I'm not that scared. Diddy, you don't know what I got. Anyways, December 11, 2023. A public petition started by feminists and survivor advocate group Ultraviolet circulates calling the Recording Academy to rescind Combs' 2024 Grammy nomination for Progressive R&B Album amid the sexual abuse allegations. Finally, feminists doing something right. December 11th, 2023, the Recording Academy releases a statement in response to Diddy's 2024 Grammy nomination and the allegations. We are taking this matter very seriously, and we are in the process of evaluating it with the time and care that it deserves. They're probably going to say yes now to taking it down. I don't remember. I don't quite know, to be honest with you. I don't pay attention to the Grammys, so I don't know if they actually went forward with awarding him this award or not. But they're probably, I have a strong feeling now, since we all know the red hot seat he's in now. The Grammys aren't gonna want to be associated with that. Eric Adams, though, bitch ass nigga. Anyways, December 13, 2023. In response to the accusations, streaming network Hulu scraps a reality show project featuring Combs that was previously in development and centered around the mogul and his family. Good job, Hulu, because I'm subscribed to y'all, and if I found out y'all was supporting this dude, my money's going away. You know what I mean by that. January 12th, 2024. Like I said, we in this year now, y'all. We in the current year. So all of my life, I told y'all he's been on some stuff. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that. A representative of Combs tells a Hollywood reporter the mogul won't be in attendance at the Grammys. Don't give a damn at all. At all. January 16th, Diego and Combs resolved their legal lawsuit around marketing of products and officially end their working relationship. February the 5th, assault lawsuit, February 26th of this year. The fifth assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Rodney Lil Rod Jones. Combs' lawyer denies the allegations, claims we have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. This is the only statement where he's like, he know he want to say it. Like, Lil Rod just trying to use Diddy for some fame. But apparently they have proof that Lil Rod is lying. Okay. March 25th of this year, homes in LA. Oh, yeah, we talked about this. Remember his homes in LA and Miami getting raided? Associated with Combs are raided. Federal agents, including Homeland Security, investigative officials, as part of what authorities refer to as an ongoing investigation. May 17th of this year, just last month. And video surveillance of Combs assaulting Ventura is released. Yep. That's what he apologized for. Again, she accused him of that. Remember this date, May 17th, that video was released. March 2016, that video was taken. December 6th, last year, he makes this statement. He does the apology video that I could just click on here. Right here. Where's the date to it? I don't know. But he does the apology video. Well, it says right here. Well, nope, that's not the date. He didn't apologize in 2016. Either or, he apologized a couple days later. Let's just say around May 19th, May. He apologized weeks later. Okay, let's go back. All right. He apologized in May, but made this statement in December. So for all y'all, you can be like, you're hating on Diddy, you're this, that, and the third. You're not sticking up for your fellow black man. I'm gonna get on these comments, by the way. I'm about right and wrong. I don't know if I should read the rest of this, to be honest with you. We're pretty much done. The 6th assault filed, Crystal McKinney. So these are about people coming back. Yeah, April Lampros, remember that name? These are his victims coming back and saying, hey, they're pretty much saying, listen, this is what he did to me. So, and also description box below, per usual. I will, if I remember, per usual. Oh, hello, Katy Perry. She fine, but she a libtard. Anyways, let's see if I can get this screen back to, or at least stop sharing my screen. All right, we back. Anyways, so as you may have heard, the alarm going off, but no, as you see, Diddy's long history of being a terrorist, of terrorizing folk. You know, share my thoughts about his apology. Like I said, not buying it. Broke down the reasons why I don't believe he's buying. One, it doesn't look or sound believable. So just based off optics, not a believable apology. Also, if you're really sorry for something you did back in 2016, you would have apologized then. You wouldn't try to defend yourself in 2013 and say people are lying. But then in 2014, months later, after you make that statement, say you was in a dark time during that time of your life. And like I said, that comment stuck out to me because you've been in a dark time for all of my life. Literally, every year that I've been living, you've been assaulting people sexually, emotionally, physically. You've been assaulting people all of my life. So all of my life, you've been in a dark time. Don't give me that 2016 was just a bad year for me. NBR tried to shoot you some bail and give you 20, what was it, 2013, 2015, and 2018 and say you was good those years. But I ain't shooting you no bail. All right? Not over here. That's NPR. This is ETP, Ernest Thoughts Podcast. We ain't shooting you no bail. And we damn sure ain't gonna shoot you no bail simply because you're a black man. When the video came out of Diddy beating up on Cassie the way that he did. I'm not gonna show the video, by the way. I know I can find it, not showing it. That's something you just gonna have to look up. All right. And I'm honestly not trying to watch it again. So that's why I'm not trying to show it. But also, other people might be sensitive to that. And as cutthroat as I am and non-giving a fuck as I am, there's some things where I am sensitive to. And something like that, people seeing something like that on this channel or, whatever, especially to the YouTube watchers out there, that's not something I'm going to show. Anyways, yeah. So, and I just realized again, all the stuff I was showing y'all, YouTube watchers, audio listeners, do appreciate y'all. The article will be left in the description box below per usual, but you'll pretty much read what I was reading off. But when this video came out, I seen a few black men. Again, there was dude that was said, how come she didn't take the stairs? If she was really scared or she was really in fear of her life, she would have taken the stairs instead of waiting for the elevator. Then there was some other black dude that was on some just there's still allegations. There's still allegations. I know we see what we see on camera, but there's still allegations during the court of law. I'm just gonna argue that. I lost a lot of respect for dude. He's actually someone that I follow, by the way, and I lost a lot of respect because he associates with another, I guess entity on X or Twitter. The whole black men don't cheat or whatever they're called. The dude who runs that page. I don't fuck with that guy, but that's for another story here and there. But they are on some stuff where both of them really are on some stuff where if you don't defend every black man, then you're a coward, you're a simp, you're this, you're that, you're third. And my thing is, why would you want these folks to be the representation of us? You already got folks who think that we are all like Diddy. So then why would you then go out and defend him or say things like, oh, I don't condone what he did in the video, but it's still all allegations? Fam, I don't care what the legal language is. I don't care if you quote his lawyer with the whole, they're just using him for fame. What we saw is what we saw. What these allegations are is what they are. And it's plenty of people stemming from men and women from 1990 all the way to 2023 saying this man did this to me. I know you've heard the saying where there's smoke, there's fire. But even taking all of that aside, taking all those 33 years aside, 33 years of terrorism aside, let's talk simply, or at least not, let's take 32 out of those 33 years. Let's not take out the year 2016, where that beating took place. And if we really going to focus on that, we can't take all 32 years, other 32 years, because we then have to go back to 2005, where when he and Cassie first got together, and then the abuse started in 2006, a year after they first got together. So even if we're going to disregard the other years outside of 2005, 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and if we're going to take away those 10, 11, if we're only going to count those 10, 11 years and disregard the rest, right? Your point still does not stand. Even if Cassie Ventura was the only victim proven to be telling the truth, or the only victim, period, of Sean P. Diddy Combs, that does not erase what we saw in that video. That does not erase what we did not see on videos that he did, simply because he's black, simply because he's famous. So this whole idea of using court language and all this other stuff. And I ain't never seen dude make that argument until this situation. The other dude that he's cool with, again, the whole black men don't cheat shit, he's always on some stuff. He's always on some shit. Like I said, that's some stuff. Like, there's a reason why I don't fuck with him. He's always been on some, instead of holding brothers accountable for things and stuff. And I get it. We are under attack and shit, but it's not helping when there are black men who actually deserve the lashings, and you're defending them because, oh, if I attack him, it's just another person pounding on a black man. There's undeserving black men who get the brunt of this BS, and then there are deserving black men, just like there are undeserving people who get lumped into whatever judgment folks have about people who actually deserve punishment and lashings via physical or literal lashings, if you ask me. All right. But coming to someone's defense is not how you go about that. I can, in the same breath, say it's not fair. And I, as a black man, don't want to be lumped up with a P. Diddy. And in the same breath, say, fuck P. Diddy. He needs, he needs to get his day. And that's all I'm going to say. But he needs to get his day. And other men, whether it be black or not, who are just like P. Diddy, other people in general, men, women, people in general, who are just like P. Diddy, they need to get their day. I can say that and also defend other people that might identify with their sex, their race, or whatever, their sexuality or whatever, and say, not everybody who shares the same sexuality, not everybody who shares the same race, not everybody who shares the same gender deserves the treatment that or the the vitriol that P. Diddy is getting or this person is getting. You can say that. And these two dudes, again, they pretend to be they consider themselves to be like these high scholarly dudes. I don't care how well read you are. That the common sense will say P. Diddy is shit. And he happens to be a black man that is not a good representation of black men. And I am not going to defend him because I only defend good black men. But you should also have the intelligence to know that not every black man, not even the majority of black men, are like a P. Diddy. You are just the other extreme of the anti-black men folks. Instead of, combating them and with common sense, you just go to the other extreme and defend even the other extreme, meaning you defend toxic black men or you try to tap dance around toxic toxicity of black men because you don't want to, in your eyes, if you hold them accountable, you're feeding into the other extreme side. That's not what's happening here. That's not what I'm doing here. That's not what anybody is doing when they say P. Diddy needs to be held accountable for what he's done. P. Diddy is wrong for doing what he's done. So for the folks who are defending him because of this and all this other stuff, and then there's the other argument. I don't understand why y'all fuck with Charlemagne God. I've already detailed on here and plenty of times. I don't fuck with dude. A lot of folks can say some dumb shit. I told y'all my youngest sibling was saying some dumbass shit about why I don't fuck with Charlemagne and God. This is dumbass shit. Talking about some, oh, you just jealous because he's famous for doing the same thing you do. No, no. And what he meant by that was he's famous for talking shit or keeping it real or being a hater. I don't want to be famous for being a hater or even talking shit. I say what's on my mind, period. I don't see it as talking shit. If shit, I talk my shit, yeah. But I make it clear. I always clarify, yeah, I'm talking shit right now. I have zero problems making it clear I'm talking shit about whoever. But me simply just saying what's on my mind isn't talking shit. It is for two phony motherfuckers. But anyways, Charlemagne was on some stuff about how he's upset at, and when I laugh, y'all should know by now. It's to keep from crying or going off on people like crazy. But he said that he is more so upset with, and none of these logos, by the way, support this podcast, but I was supporting a friend of or the son of a friend with his basketball event. So that's why I'm wearing this. But anyways, yeah, Puma don't sponsor, none of these other places sponsor. Y'all get upset, sponsor me. Anyways, as I was saying before, Charlemagne is more upset at the fact that he's like, oh, black excellence. It's being like the black excellence is being threatened because P. Diddy did what he did. And I get real tired of especially these quote unquote black excellence fools out here who always want to put material success, monetary success over morals and say people should get away, especially black folks. Again, these are folks who consider themselves pro-black, and they'll say things like, I'm not really a pro-black because I'm not excusing a Diddy or excusing a Jay-Z or excusing somebody else, you know, for their fuckery, right? I should look past all of that because this person is rich and famous. I say to you, no, you're not the pro-black that you say that you claim to be, because you are willing to allow your own people to be assaulted, to be hurt, to be abused, to be lied to be to have their own stuff stolen from them, to be pretty much done wrong. You're okay with them being done wrong because it's another black person doing it, and on top of that, it's a famous black person doing it. You're not pro-black. You're just a black capitalist. You're pro-black capitalist. You're not pro-black in general. Pro-black in general would say, I don't care how rich or famous you are, you did dirt to our people. I don't care how rich or famous you are. I don't care if you're not even hurting black people. You're not a good representation of us. And you do not represent all of us, but I'm going to let it be known that you aren't a representation of us, and you're not, this is not how we stand as a community. This is not how we move as a community. And I'm going to let it be known so people don't get to thinking that we are all like you are, or we are all okay with what you do. That's all. That's all these two gentlemen could have done. But they chose to go the different route. They chose to keep it real with how they truly handle these situations. But I'm still going to talk about it. Anything else I got to say? I think that was it. I think that was it as far as just my thoughts on, again, the apology, his long history of terrorism, and my thoughts on the reception. Some the points people were making. So I already know this has gone on long enough. If you watch all of it, I love you. If you even watch half an hour, because it's probably went over an hour, shout out to you. Watch it in bits and pieces if you want to. I'll try to keep timestamps in the description box or in the pinned comment below, so you can fast forward to whatever part, and pretty much that. And I mean timestamps for this topic here, but also obviously for the audio listeners, you get timestamps for the podcast in general. But like I said, I might split this into two separate episodes. So it's really no need for a timestamp for this per se if you're listening to the audio version. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. And that is it. Until next time, until next episode, check out the stuff in the description box below. The Patreon is back. I do have, a few episodes up there for the My Two Cents podcast, and I believe an episode for the Earnest Thoughts podcast. If not, should be up there soon. But nonetheless, check out the Patreon, Two Tears. Check that out as well. Check out other ways you can support what I do here. Just support me in general. Once again, the Medium blog is back to being free. I am not paying for their partnership program, which means all of my posts are free to read. All I ask is that you share, you follow if you feel compelled to, but definitely share. And if you feel compelled to, donate as much or as little as possible. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. You can actually donate Bitcoin. You know, my favorite thing, my favorite currency, but you can donate Bitcoin via all those avenues. But I would rather prefer you to do it via Cash App because I find it easier and I use that more for Bitcoin. So if you do want to donate via Cash App, you can do fiat or you could donate Bitcoin as well, a couple satoshis or so. Like I'm okay with satoshis, people. You know what I'm saying? I call myself I'm Mr. Sats for a reason. I'm Mr. Sats man for a reason. So it's like that's my name. That's my little, I guess, Bitcoin name or whatever. But like it don't have to be whole Bitcoins. That'd be amazing if you did. I really, really, really love you if you really just donated, even if it was one whole Bitcoin. But even percentages, you know what I'm saying? A sat, a two, or three, or whatever, however many sats you want to donate. You know I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. And you're able to do that on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff. But if you do want my wallet address and you're serious about it, shoot me an email. All right. Until next time, until next episode, check out the links in the description box below on the Stocks Podcast merch. Again, I got to say everything. I don't give a damn. Self promotion over here. I am trying to get it. Anyways, did I miss anything else? I think that's it. I think I gave y'all. Oh, yeah. Nope. There's one more thing. I do have my ebook down there. So, again, check out my ebook. A new book coming out real soon. I'm in the final stages of, revving it up. But this will be a physical book. So, if you are a physical book, if you lied to me like you have in the past about you only read physical books, then I got one coming for you real soon. So let's see if you keep that same energy. Probably not, but who knows? Anyways, check that out. Check out all the links I have in the description box below. Let me just put it that way. All right. Until next time, until next episode, stay black if you are black. Stay beautiful if you are beautiful, unlike Diddy. Black Lives Matter, not the organization, but the people who do. Trans lives matter. Black women matter. Black men matter. Forget my outro. Feel like it's been forever since I did it. LGBTQI plus lives matter. Happy Pride Month, but also happy Men's Mental Health Month. That is also in June. So let's not forget that. Or if you didn't know that, now you know. So happy all of that. And yeah, until next time, until next video or podcast episode, you hear from me when you hear from me. Peace out.